Little was known about the staging and classification of human embryos until the 20th century. For this reason, the descriptions of the human embryo in the Quran cannot be based on scientific knowledge in the 7th century. The only reasonable conclusion is that these descriptions were revealed to Muhammad from God, from God, from God, from God, from God, from God. Muhammad could not have known these facts about human development in the 7th century because most of them were not discovered until the 20th century. This is a leech, and this is the human embryo about 23 days. I think you have to agree that the similarity between these structures is amazing.
The key word in both is our guide. At this stage is known to no one except Allah.
The rapid growth and dramatic changes which occur after the bones have been clothed by muscles have been mentioned in the Holy Quran 1400 years ago.
Surah 79, Ayah 32 states, also in the context of creation, "And the mountains hath he firmly fixed." Similar mention of mountains is found in several other surahs. It is permissible to interpret this to imply that mountains are rooted and that modern geophysics has established deep crustal roots for the axial parts of mountain systems at converging plate boundaries. We need research into the history of early Middle Eastern oral traditions to know whether, in fact, such historical events have been reported. If there is no such record, it strengthens the belief that God transmitted through Muhammad bits of his knowledge that we have only discovered for ourselves in recent times.
In fact, could only have been revealed to Muhammad by the one who knows all about us, not only about how we developed, but how we live and function.
In conclusion, these citations that Sheikh Zintani has supplied to me and which we have discussed are certainly consistent with the variety of different genetic mechanisms that are now known. This certainly helps to emphasize the lack of conflict between religion and science. Thank you very much.
There exist in Islamic writings several citations that are consistent with the genetic mechanisms that we now know.
New disease which did not exist before will spread among them. And it is not wide stretched of any imagination that we should not consider herpes and AIDS as clear examples of new diseases, and indeed at the present time new diseases for which we have no cure. Thank you very much.
At this moment, the ultimate character of that new individual is decided. The Quran recorded these facts 1400 years ago.
The most intriguing thoughts are from a hadith in Sahih Muslim, where Muhammad states as one of the signs of the coming of the Day of Judgment, next slide, that Arab areas will return to being fertile and green and with rivers. The archaeological and geological evidence that they once were green and will become green again is less than a century old. I have been asked, could Muhammad personally have known these things? The answer of a cautious scientist is, it is not impossible, but it would require a very sophisticated awareness of natural history.
Without an understanding of sex development, the verses in the Quran and the Hadith would be meaningless, as they were to Muslims until new knowledge about embryology was developed in the last century. Thank you very much.
يا خالق الأكوان زدني من التقوى يا خالق الأكوان يا خالق الأكوان يا منزل القرآن يا خالق الأكوان يا منزل القرآن زدني من الإيمان الله يا الله يا خالق الأكوان يا منزل القرآن يا خالق الأكوان يا منزل القرآن زدني من الإيمان الله يا الله 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 الله